Canada's housing crisis reached a new law. Why Justin Trudeau's housing election promise is a bad one. Canada's Prime Minister unveiled a new housing plan, including a supply and foreign buyer ban on tackling soaring home prices. The plan aims at unseating the left of center New Democratic Party by wooing urbanites and millennials. Why should you take this housing plan seriously? But before starting the video, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get all the latest updates, as we will make more videos on interesting topics in the future. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe to it. Now let's get started. The housing crisis in Canada is so bad that the government wants to change the rules about how to buy a home. Canada needs affordable homes badly. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that changing how people buy homes could be the answer. The Canadian Real Estate Association said that over the past year, home prices in Canada went up by 22%, and that the median home price is now at a record high. Material shortages and rising construction costs make it hard for the country to get what it needs. According to the Bank of Nova Scotia, the country has fewer homes per 1,000 people than any other G7 country. The administration is trying several solutions. Last Monday, Trudeau unveiled plans to build 1.4 million houses in 4 years. The Prime Minister's ideas to ease home buying may be more ambitious. One thing that Trudeau wants to stop is blind bidding. Bidders can see the home's asking price, but not what other potential buyers have bid. People have said that it's a way for sellers to raise prices. In a speech on August 24, Trudeau said that making these kinds of bids illegal would help crack down on predatory speculators and make the market fairer. The Prime Minister also wants to stop people from buying Canadian homes to rent them out. As investors try to benefit from rising prices, more foreign buyers are flooding the housing markets in Canada's biggest cities. Trudeau's plan says that foreigners wouldn't be able to buy Canadian homes for the next 2 years, and that taxes on empty homes owned by the foreigners will go up. Trudeau said, "You shouldn't let speculators win a bidding war on your home. No more putting money from the other countries in homes where people should live." Canadian real estate agents have already pushed back on some parts of the Trudeau's plan. The CREA said in a statement that homeowners wouldn't be able to sell their homes the way they want if blind bidding was illegal, and that increasing supply would be a much better way to help keep prices low. The group also said open bidding is still bidding. Millions of Canadians still can't own a home because there aren't enough houses to meet the demand. The Conservatives in Canada think there are other ways to fix the market. The leader of the party, Erin O'Toole, came up with a plan last week that would stop foreign investors from buying for 2 years and increase the number of homes by putting 15% of the federal building back into use as homes. No matter how different they are, each party's plan differs from that of their southern neighbor. Even though the US still has trouble making homes affordable, the federal government hasn't done much to help buyers. The infrastructure plan backed by the Vice President Joe Biden doesn't have the $213 billion that was supposed to be used to build and fix up to 2 million homes. Bidding wars have also made it harder for many Americans to buy homes. Insider has said that in the hottest markets, people often bid up homes quickly so they wouldn't miss out. And because of a lot of speculation by companies like BlackRock and Blackstone, thousands of homes have been taken off the market and rented out for steady income over the past 10 years. As home prices went up during the pandemic, the trend of investing became even more popular. In the real market, lawmakers are trying hard to help people who are about to be kicked out of their homes. Thursday, the Supreme Court ruled against Biden's 60-day ban on evictions. This means that about 7.4 million Americans could lose their homes. Democrats have criticized the court's decision and asked for more help, but this will not likely happen. Goldman Sachs said 750,000 households could be forced out of their homes by January if the ban was lifted. 6. Suggested solutions. Canada's housing crisis could prevent a generation from buying their own home. What are the feds doing to help? How can those who want to buy but can't? Here are some tips. Credit should be hard to get. This single policy lever the Canadian government can pull would make a big difference in how affordable housing is. Since the 1970s, the federal government has stopped getting involved in the credit market. This means that the private sector has been making most of the decisions. Some people say that this move has only caused a housing bubble. To stop the housing crisis, the government could start by limiting housing costs to 4 times a family's income, to lower that to 3 times to a family's income in the long run. The average cost of a home is about 6 times a family's annual income. For example, if you and your partner both make $100,000 a year, you could only get a mortgage for up to $300,000 with a 3-to-1 restriction and up to $400,000 with a 4-to-1 restriction. Try to broaden the Bank of Canada's mandate. Cheap money drives up housing prices in part. From 2009 on, the Bank of Canada kept its overnight rate below 2%, a historical low. 5-year variable mortgage rates were 1.25%, with a policy rate of 0.25% until recently. This prompted most Canadians to buy homes and drive up prices. The Bank of Canada kept rates low to support the economy after the 2009 recession. In recent years, the central bank decreased interest rates to manage COVID-19 pandemic costs. The bank's impact on the real estate prices due to its monetary policy is unexpected because it focuses on keeping inflation low and stable. The central bank has no reason to interfere if a housing bubble forms, as long as inflation is 2%. Protect affordable housing from financialization. Prompting new supply isn't the only housing policy shift needed to boost the rental market. The federal government also needs to direct Canada's existing rental supply. Institutional players are buying older, purpose-built rental properties established with the government incentives in the 1970s and 1980s. Turning them into high-income rentals displaces many individuals. In British Columbia alone, 300,000 affordable houses were lost between 2011 and 2016 owing to financialization. Help international students. Many overseas students are enrolling in Canada, limiting the overall supply of family residences. This has affected housing in East London, Ontario, where international enrollment at Feng Shui College have surged by 6,000 during the last 5 years. The government might work with colleges to develop more student homes and residences that would reduce housing market pressure. Tax exemption on REITs. A REIT is an investment trust in real estate. They were first made available in the US in the 1960s so that small investors could buy assets that would bring in money. In other words, they were a way to make the real estate market more accessible to more people. Canadian REITs have become more popular because of the way they are taxed. If 90% or more of a REIT's income goes to investors, the company may not have to pay corporate taxes. However, residential REITs, which own at least 10% of Canada's multi-family housing stock, are making housing less affordable. When REITs add new multi-family buildings to their portfolio, they usually invest in upgrades and renovations to make more money. By doing this, rents can be raised by a lot. Anti-flipping tax. The Canadian government wants to put a 1-year tax to stop people from flipping homes. This means that anyone who sells a home they have owned for less than a year could have to pay full taxes on their profits as business income. Some people say that the 1-year period isn't long enough. They say that to stop speculative behavior in the real estate market and encourage long-term investments, and the anti-flipping tax would have to be in place for much longer. So, that's all for today's video. I hope you all liked this video. Please let us know in the comment box to recommend some topics you want to see in the video in future. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family if you liked this video. We'll be back soon with a new video. Till then, keep supporting and take care.